What is up, besties? Today we're going to be unboxing the Cal Kestis Jedi Survivor Legacy Lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. And yes, this is not a brand new saber that they just came out with. This one was actually released back in August of 2023, but I actually just got it. So I wanted to unbox it together and then compare it to the other Cal Kestis Legacy lightsabers that I have. Now, this lightsaber hilt was wielded by the Jedi Cal Kestis following Order 66 and the death of his Jedi Master, Jaro Tapal, as seen in the games Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Now, like I kind of mentioned before, this is the third Legacy lightsaber Disney has done for Cal Kestis, but I think this one is probably the most exciting because not only is it true to the game, but it's also a color changing lightsaber. This is technically the second Cal Kestis color changing lightsaber, but in my opinion, and like we'll get into later, this one is by far the better option. Now, this lightsaber can change between the colors blue, green, purple, red, yellow, and white. Now, when the saber was originally released in August 2023, it retailed for $249.99. However, now that it's been made available on the Disney Store website, it's actually $30 cheaper at $219.99. So if you were holding out to get a Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis lightsaber, now is the time to get it. So it's got the blue Jedi Order symbol on the front, and I don't know if it's just me, maybe I'm just picky, but these boxes just aren't as exciting to me. They don't feel as cool. They just feel cheaper. But this box is made to accommodate not only the hilt itself, but a blade, the 30.5-inch blade, and a display stand. So this is actually the first Legacy saber I've got that comes not only with a blade, but also with the display stand, which is kind of nice because the Black Series sabers come with stands. Alright, so first let's go ahead and take a look at this hilt. As you can see, this is the Jedi Survivor hilt. We've got the repaired pommel with the belt clip, which is nice. I know some people complain that it has the clip on here and then it also has this big knob right here that's just also for a belt clip. It's definitely redundant, but it's not like a deal breaker for me. I'm not going to complain about it personally. It's nice to see it with the full repaired grip as well. You can kind of see this is where the speaker is. And then in general with this saber, I think it feels really good in my hand. It's definitely still heavier because of this big metal piece, and that's kind of been the case with every Jedi Survivor or Cal Kestis Legacy lightsaber they've put out, but this one does feel more balanced, and maybe that's because it has the metal down here. I know some people complain that this saber is big, but I don't have any issues with it, and I don't have big hands. Something that I loved in the Jedi games, or at least in Jedi Survivor, is not only because you customize your hilt, but you could also change the weathering on it. And that's something I've talked about in my last video I did unboxing the Master Soul lightsaber. I loved the weathering on that saber. This saber, however, does not have any weathering. And granted, it came out in 2023, so it's not like this is a brand new saber that they just came out with, so they might not have been doing weathering at the time, but I'd really love to see it with some kind of weathering. So now I'm going to put the blade in and we'll go through the colors together and see how they look. Alright, let's try it out. As you can hear, it's very loud, which I like. It feels pretty reactive as well. There we go. So this is our green blade. And this is our purple. We've got our red. It's called Jedi Survivor, not Sith Survivor. I never played with the red blade, but I like that you have the option. My preferred color for Cal, yellow, white, which I love the white lightsaber, and I was really excited that they brought it in for Jedi Survivor because it wasn't available in Fallen Order, but I was like, Cal doesn't seem like a white lightsaber kind of guy. At least my Cal. Alright, so now that we've gone over the good, let's go over some of the downfalls. So one of the biggest things in Jedi Survivor is that there's so many lightsaber colors that you can pick from, and this lightsaber is missing a couple. We don't have orange, which was available from Jedi Fallen Order. We're missing cyan, pink, and we're missing indigo. But honestly, when, not if, but when they release whatever lightsaber hilt, if it's this one, if it's a brand new design for Jedi 3, I hope that all those colors will be available, because we know most recently they have introduced both Baylan and Shin's Legacy lightsabers, and those have an orange blade, so they can do orange now. Also, y'all, this is what the saber looks like in the stand, and it's not great. One, the stand is very small and compared to this hilt, so it's not very stable. Like, if we come down here and I just like lightly touch the saber. Oh yeah, see, not great for this hilt. The stand itself is just plastic. These pieces this slides in, these just like pop into the spot here. It's nothing special. Speaking of future Legacy Lightsaber Hilts they could do from the Star Wars Jedi game franchise, I would love to see Seer Junda's second lightsaber. I mean, we've kind of seen her saber already with the Cal customized saber, but it's way oversized, way too huge. And then for another great lightsaber idea, I think that Dagan Gera's lightsaber would be an awesome option for them to bring to Galaxy's Edge, because it would be honestly one of the most, if not the most intricate lightsaber design that they'd have, and it could also be a color changing saber going from yellow to red. So they've definitely got options there. And of course there's other sabers that we could add: Terran Malicos, Cordova, Seer's first lightsaber, the list goes on. We could even have the Cal Kestis Padawan lightsaber. I've seen more plain hilts that sell out like crazy at Galaxy's Edge. I'm not going to say any specifics, but there's a market. Speaking of other lightsabers from the Star Wars Jedi series, let's go ahead and check out this saber compared to the other Cal Legacy lightsabers that I have. First and foremost, we have the original, the Jedi Fallen Order Cal Kestis Legacy lightsaber, and it's so funny right off the bat because of the broken end. It doesn't have the metal like the Jedi Survivor one. It feels so top heavy, and that was my complaint when the saber first came out and I first got it. I know basically everyone complains about that, and it's true, it's valid. But how can you go wrong with this broken edge design? I love this detail. I just think it looks so cool, and I think it kind of speaks to my preference for weathering and wear on these Legacy lightsabers and how I like them to look. I love the end of this saber. It just looks so cool. And I don't think there's really any other Legacy lightsaber hilts that are like battle damaged or damaged at all that look like this. So this design, love. Comparing the two, I don't really see any differences. They look pretty much the same except for the repaired pommel, the damaged pommel. And then last but not least, what I consider the ugly stepchild, the Cal Kestis customized lightsaber from Jedi Fallen Order. I have a love-hate relationship with this saber. This was the special May the 4th, 2023 lightsaber that they did, so I love it for that. It's got a very pretty white box, and I love that it's the saber that Cal makes. However, this is not an accurate design at all. The wrappings on here are only supposed to be on the Seer side. They're supposed to be the regular grip that we're used to from the Jaro Tapal saber. Also, these are just hard plastic, which I was really upset about because it looks cheap to me. It doesn't look good. This emitter is gigantic. This piece here is ugly and gigantic. They're way too big. There's supposed to be more space here. And like, this is supposed to be a lot more short. It's just not accurate at all. The colors are wrong. So this saber, as much as I love the idea of it, if I were to sell one of my Legacy lightsabers, this would be the one. I feel so bad. I want to be positive about this saber, but it's a miss. So the great news about the Cal Kestis Jedi Survivor Color Changing Legacy Lightsaber is it's still currently available on DisneyStore.com, so you can still get it. If you don't have a blade yet or you don't have any Legacy lightsabers, this is a great one to start off with because you get everything that you need. Plus, it's color changing. The Star Wars Jedi games hold such a special place in my heart. They were what got me really into Star Wars gaming as an adult, and Cal Kestis and his story, one of my favorite Star Wars stories, one of my favorite Star Wars characters overall. Make sure that you play the Star Wars Jedi games if you haven't already, and I don't know about y'all, but I cannot wait for Jedi 3. Hopefully we'll get some news on that in the near future, and I will definitely be covering it and also streaming it when it comes out. So let me know your thoughts on all the Cal Kestis Legacy lightsabers they've come out with so far and what other new designs you'd like to see at Galaxy's Edge. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you follow me on social media at ScottyHolidaySW and my podcast at WaySeekersPod. And remember, trust only in the Force.